Hi, Brendan.
Hello, Hannah.
We're now stereotypical like aliens from the 80s TV.
Did you say Galians?
That too. Well, I sip on my chocolate milk.
Ooh, come on, chocolate milk. Is it like actual chocolate milk or Yoo-hoo? Hold on. Before we divulge, what's up, everybody? Listen, guys, we are really trying to not. Let me tell you what happens. Let me explain a little bit real quick. Hannah and I talk before we hit the record button. So sometimes when we hit record, we just keep the same pace of the conversation we were already having, and
like you guys were there for the first like 30 minutes of our conversation.
Yeah, which you definitely weren't. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast.
There you go. I was gonna call you on your shit.
I didn't say it. We've
been listening to Fuckface, the podcast. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
So it's a Rooster Teeth podcast.
Okay.
It's Gavin Free, Jeff Ramsey, and their friend Andrew Panton, and they call it Fuckface because it's when you do stupid shit that really just screws you over. It's called fuckfacing to them, and it's from like a rookie card, and he's holding a bath that says fuckface. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
But it's fucking hilarious. And the first like 8 episodes of this damn show, they spend the first 30 minutes arguing over doing an intro. And at one point, Andrew Panton's like, listen, why are we saying the name of the damn show? He's like, they clicked on it. I was like,
yeah.
With the conversation.
Well, and then with the conversation we had, not only are they clicking or tapping on it, but we also had, it says it in the intro. So yeah. You guys know what podcast you're listening to.
Yeah, at least they don't have an actual intro. It's just music, and then they start talking. They were fighting about it on the podcast because it's one of the only podcasts I can get Tyler to listen to, and we were driving home from Ohio, and so we listened to Fuckface the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, you know what podcast you're listening to. It's the one that sporadically posts new episodes. But there's a reason for that.
There's a reason that we're finally going to tell you guys and stop making shitty excuses.
Hannah?
Baby GhostWritten, coming October 2020.
It's not my baby, though.
I was going to say that makes it sound like we're having a baby together. Brandon, like, pre-claimed my baby years ago, though.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, she's going to carry it and stuff and do all the hard work.
Keep it the majority of the time.
Yeah.
Until Brandon decides that he wants to cuddle a baby, and then
and then when I'm done, I'll be like, here. Just
I'm done being the father.
But no, yeah, Hannah and Tyler are having a baby. It's super exciting. Congratulations.
Really close to Halloween.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Tell them that little tidbit you told me about the due date.
Oh, it's a boy too. We know that already. He is due on the anniversary of Vincent Price's death. So, goth baby in the womb.
If you believe in reincarnation,
I really hope he's a hell of a movie maker.
Maybe it's VP coming back.
I'm really trying to encourage him to get into film. Be it cinematography or acting.
I will gladly take him through an education of classic horror films.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be his life, man. I've already found nursery cryptid nursery stuff, so yeah.
Wouldn't it be really ironic though if your kid was like super into sports?
We kind of talk about that all the time. See, my husband used to play baseball and golf, was a frat boy.
Oh God, he was a frat boy that played golf.
Yeah, we were the weirdest couple until everybody realized that Tyler is also a giant weirdo. So
yeah. Well, Tyler's
he looks
also,
like such a normie in front of everybody with everybody in our group too.
but he's
We're all
one of those
tattooed
people
and-
that can talk to anyone.
It's true.
So
yeah, he's really fucking social. It's a really sad, kind of upsetting.
mean, I consider myself pretty social as well.
He does it at work. I'm like, we're trying to eat lunch. I need you to stop waving at everybody that walks past. I don't want to socialize right now.
we socialized the other day. Did you guys see our cute picture on Facebook? We were having some brews.
We were for our friend's birthday.
We had some tacos.
They were having brews. I was sitting there with my water eating tacos.
Yeah. Although Hannah did give me a bite of her lingua taco and it was delicious.
Good.
It reminded me of Spam. Tasted like Spam.
They did a really good job. They cooked it really nice.
Yeah.
We are always, for once and forever, the food podcast.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Damn, guys. Taco trucks are rad.
Taco trucks are the look. As much as I love going to an American style Mexican restaurant that is like Tex-Mex, because there's a comforting thing about it. You know, you expect a certain thing when you go to a Mexican restaurant in the United States. You sit down, you eat your chips and salsa, maybe you get a beer, and then you have your go-to stuff. Like, don't get me wrong,
meat smothered in cheese sauce.
Right? Don't get me wrong, that is great, but the Mexican food that you get from a food truck is on another level.
It is, where they can make whatever the hell they want. And just,
yeah.
Damn, they were good.
I've never had a torta as good as the one I've had from a Mexican food truck. So anyway.
Food podcast. We're gonna take a picture together. We were adorable though. The lighting was great.
Oh, the lighting was spot on.
Yeah.
And I took that one of Bradley. He immediately, before I said anything, he's like, "Are you going to use that one for my birthday post?" And I was like, "Yeah," even though I hadn't thought about it at all. I was like, "Yeah, totally."
He's such a diva.
I know.
Love him. Listen, I love him, but he was being a total bitch that day. He's giving me shit about not being able to drink. He did it when we went to brunch too, and I was like, "Fuck you, Bradley."
He's a bad influence.
Listen, it's not my fault. You're only like 21 and drinking still super exciting.
He's 27. And a happy late birthday to Bradley. His birthday was the 27th.
Don't be such a bitch, Bradley. I love you.
He doesn't listen anymore. It's fine. All right. So speaking of Bradley, he is, and I'm just saying he's cooking, so he's giving me a time limit. So I'm gonna get into our shit this week.
Okay.
I'm gonna get into the shit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you about. Okay, so this week I'm talking about a ghost dog again.
God, what is it with you and these fucking dogs?
Okay, listen.
Damn, dude.
Okay, so last week we took Cyrus to the dog park for the first time.
Oh.
And he loved it.
He looks so happy.
This weekend we took him 2 days in a row. And he was just living his best life, running around. He's never met a stranger. Someone could dog nap him so easily because he will just, he'll just go up to anybody and be like, "What's up?"
The bestest.
But as I was researching what I was going to do, I came across this and I was like, this is perfect. It's like, it's serendipitous in a way.
Is this a sad ghost dog again? Because like,
it's not a sad one, it's a mean one.
Oh,
so we had like sad happy ghost dog, and now we're having hellhound.
Okay.
So
well, hold on. So I was thinking about for the episode, spooky thing. I didn't watch it, but it happened in my dreams last night.
Uh-oh.
I was fighting some fucking deadites, man.
Oh shit. Did you have a chainsaw hand?
No, but I was in a barn with a bunch of people and we kept pulling shit off the walls and like chopping a head off and tossing it, like they do in movies.
I've had lots of zombie dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
These were definitely deadites though. It was oh, and then I went into this lady's house and she had a mummified body on her kitchen wall. And there was something fucked up with the house, and if you bled it all in that kitchen, like cut yourself while you were cooking, it woke up a little bit more. And we were fighting these fucking deadites around this house, and we went in the house, and I was like, nobody bleed in the kitchen. And then I woke up.
I'm so glad that we're going to have a record of this, because you're going to forget this dream. And then like a year from now, you're going to be like, what the fuck was I dreaming about?
Dude, pregnancy does some weird shit in your dreams. I have some very strange, very vivid dreams.
Have you had a weird craving yet?
No, it's all just shit I already like. I had the best lettuce of my life though, so it's fine.
Nice. Do you still like Chinese food?
I don't know. I haven't tried it lately. I don't know if I could do that.
I would die.
Brandon was really upset with me because he wanted me to get Chinese food, and I was like, last time I had Chinese food, I almost barfed.
Listen,
okay. Back to your bad dose.
Well, I have to tell you, now that you mentioned that, I threw up the other day. It was really bad.
What is wrong with you? Are you pregnant?
Okay? No. So I was coming back home, and it was a decent drive. I was visiting a friend, and I hadn't eaten, and I was like, okay, let me stop and get some Wendy's. So I got some Wendy's, fucking destroyed this Wendy's. It was so good. And then I was also going to town on this Coke Zero. And I think that it was the combination of like eating a bunch of food. I was loaded full of caffeine. And then the worst mistake I could have possibly made, I smoked a cigarette.
Bad.
I was so nauseous, Hannah.
I just think about you doing that stupid fake puke thing that you do.
No, this was serious. And when I got home, I walked in the door, and Bradley was trying to be all cute. And he's like, welcome home. And I was like, and he was like, oh, are you okay? We've been together now for, God, 7 years. He's never heard me puke. And he was like, you sounded pathetic.
Tyler always tries to get in the bathroom, and I'm like, go away. And he's like, I just want to make sure you're okay. Let me in.
I do the same thing.
You don't want to watch this. Go away.
I do the same thing with Bradley, but it's just a concern thing. Anyway, it was awful. It was bad. I hate throwing up. Anyway, so today I'm talking about the Ghost Hound of Goshen. Now listen.
Okay.
I'm gonna mispronounce things, so you all better just fucking deal with it, because this is in South Carolina, so it's gonna have some fucked up names, okay? And I'm just gonna tell you about it. Okay. So I read a lot of different articles about this on different websites, some of our favorites like In Your State and things like that. However, I don't know about you, Hannah. Sometimes we come across something, I'll speak for myself. Sometimes I come across something that's very interesting, but I can't find a lot of source material about it. So I can only read from a story that's like very embellished and like kind of authory, where it's like telling a story, you know? And it feels really inauthentic for us to tell someone else's story that way. Mm-hmm. We do it because sometimes that's all the material we have. But in this case, I found a very objective kind of fact-based post on a Facebook group for South Carolina Supernatural Investigations. So that's what I'm reading from today. And if any of you guys are in this group and you're listening to the podcast, holla at your boy, and let your people know. On Buncombe Road between the Ebenezer Church in Newberry County and Goshen Hill in Union County in South Carolina, there lurks a strange beast known as the Ghost Hound of Goshen. It has been witnessed by many reputable people. Some say it's the dog of a peddler falsely accused of murder and hanged. Whatever the case, the dog is known to chase those who trespass in its territory. Some say the ghost hound was, in life, the pet of a peddler making his way across the area in the early 1850s. Unfortunately for the man, a murder occurred while he was passing through, and he was the scapegoat.
War were declared. Sorry.
After a sham of a trial, the man was hanged. His faithful dog stayed by his grave until either starvation or stones thrown by the townsfolk, depending on which story you hear, ended its life.
That's so fucking sad.
It was after this that the Hound of Goshen was seen. Now look,
fuck him up.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, is it sad? Yes, but is it also like this dog is like John Wicking these people? Yes, and it's awesome.
John Wicking these people.
Yeah. He's like, you falsely accused and murdered my master. I'm gonna fuck y'all up for the rest of eternity.
John Wicking these people.
The earliest site we do that's merch material. That's merch material.
John Wicking these people.
Yeah, with the
that's
ghost
also
dog,
like
with a ghost dog on it. John Wicking these fools.
Yeah. Okay. Until we get a cease and desist. It's been a while since we've worried about one of those.
What if we did Wiccan like a witch? John Wiccan. Anyway, the earliest I'm sorry. The earliest sighting of the Goshen Hound happened in 1855.
Did you say Goshen ghost dog every time?
John Wiccan. William Hardy sent a young slave to the home of Dr. George Douglas to bring the doctor back to look at a sick man. When the boy arrived at the home of the doctor, he was terrified of something. After a while, the doctor had calmed the young man enough to hear his story. It seems the boy was riding on a mule headed for the docks. When the docks, as in the doctors, but abbreviated, when he heard an awful noise coming from behind him, he described what he saw as the biggest, widest dog he'd ever seen.
Oh, it's a white dog, huh? Okay.
Remember my ghost dog story?
Yeah, ghost dog of Goshen. So I guess it should be white. Go on.
Immediately, the boy dug his heels into the sides of the mule to hurry the animal along. As they ran, for all they were worth, the dog got in front of the mule, causing it to rear up and almost throw the boy off. The boy then said the dog stared at him, but didn't move. It never left the boy's trail until he had turned into Dr. Douglas's yard. Dismissing the boy's story, Dr. Douglas told the boy to go home, only to have the child plead and beg to stay with the doctor for the night. Years later, Dr. Jim Cofield saw the animal. Try as he might, he was never able to give a rational answer for what he'd seen. Dr. Cofield even had a dog of his own who would walk alongside his master until they got to the Ebenezer Cemetery. Then the dog would whine and disappear into the woods until the good doctor had passed the ghost dog's territory. Only then would he rejoin Cofield on the road. As we've talked about before, animals know what's up. So if an animal's not fucking with something, there's a reason.
You should probably not fuck with it too.
Yeah. Yeah. And whether it's like a paranormal thing or not, like they know when something's off, right? That's all I'm saying. Well, most animals. There's some really stupid animals out there. But in 1936, Barry's
Sorry, Brandon, just like you can tell he was
it's intrusive thoughts
day.
It's intrusive thoughts. I just imagine those videos of like those like little dogs with eyes that are going in completely opposite directions, and you could tell they have not a thought in their head. Like they would just walk on a landmine, you know? I was thinking like, oh, animals are so smart and majestic. And then I thought of like a doofus chihuahua, like shaking and walking over a landmine. And I was like, actually, there's some really stupid animals.
The best part was you just like trailed off and got some stupid dogs.
Sometimes explaining my thought process helps, sometimes it doesn't, but there you go. In 1936, Barry Sanders was making the trip home from where? To where? I don't know.
Wherever the hell he wanted to go,
when he came face to face with the ghost hound. Over a mile away from the safety of home, Sanders ran the entire way screaming. Only when he made it to the door did the animal turn and head back into the woods. In the 1970s, an elderly woman was said to have had an encounter with the dog when it came into her yard, grew in size, and then leapt towards her. The woman fainted, and when she awoke, the dog was nowhere to be found.
Mm-hmm.
The latest sighting is said to have happened in 1998, but information on that is scarce. So if you travel Buncombe Road between Ebenezer Church and Goshen Hill, keep an eye out towards the woods. For the Hound of Goshen still watches and waits, ever ready to chase anyone from its territory.
I like the doggy. Tell everybody to fuck off. I could appreciate that.
And then there's, like I stumbled across this website that's called Cultural Bestiary Wiki.
We're using stumble upon. Is that a thing anymore?
I'm literally gonna mute you.
Oh,
I think it is still a thing. I used to love stumble upon, especially back in like the Wild West of the internet.
Yep. It was some weird shit.
Yeah, but if you guys are interested in more of the Ghost Hound of Goshen, there's quite a bit of stuff on it. There's YouTube videos. There's another podcast called Southern Gothic that did an episode on it. It looks to be a lot more polished than ours, so
Much less chaos.
Yeah. But yeah, there are some cool videos and stuff, so check it out. But that is the Ghost Hound of Goshen.
I like Ghost Dog of Goshen better. It's funnier.
Well,
it's fine
maybe
now,
if you had done the episode this week, Hannah, you could have said it that way.
Whatever, it was your turn. Your turn.
Do I have to be nicer to you since you're carrying a child?
Definitely not. I would think there's something wrong with you.
What? Never mind. I'm stupid. Anyway, but yeah, that's it. And listen, Hannah and I are very aware of the fact that the episodes have been sporadic lately. We're trying. We really are trying.
We're trying.
There's a lot going on, and I don't have the excuse of being pregnant, but I have a lot going on in my life as well, as I'm sure most of you do too. So, just bear with us. We're
not going anywhere.
Yeah, we're still figuring things out. And
3 years in.
But also now that we're neighbors, we do, like we said before, we do want to do something different with recording, but it takes a lot of commitment that we can't really commit right now. So maybe one day.
We'll do it when there's a baby in the background crying. It's fine.
Oh, it's yes. Fine. Oh my God. Baby's first public appearance. Patreon.
Yeah. Patreon screaming. Flipping out about being shoved into this world.
I didn't ask for this.
He didn't, poor thing.
Speaking of Patreon, if you guys would like to give us some support or check out the videos that we record for every episode, then check us out on patreon.com/GhostWritten. Did I do all this last time or did you?
I'll do it fine. You can email us your stories, or if you just want to chat, you can email us too at GhostWrittenPodcast@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are a bit more active on Facebook. So it's whatever at GhostWritten Pod. Check us out. Come talk to us. Send us your listeners' stories. We said it before, we'll say it again. You don't actually have to type it out if you don't want to. Do a little audio recording telling us your story and send it on in. We will write it on out, or if you want, we can use clips to add it. Make it happen. Tell us your stories, because everybody loves a good listener's tale.
Hell yeah. Everybody does. Like, we all win. So, make it happen. I feel like I was going to say something else. Oh, also, yeah. We appreciate all the support we can get. You don't have to give us money though. You can, if you want to subscribe, great. Subscribe to our Patreon. That's awesome. But you can also, comment on our stuff that we post. You can give us a rating on whatever podcast platform you listen to on. Go and like our Facebook page. Like Hannah said, we're really active on there, and mainly that's because I can share memes and stuff directly to the page.
We're also old people, and we're just on Facebook way more than we are anything else.
Listen, one, we're not that old. I'm not that old, and you're considerably younger than me, so you're not that old. But also, I was still young whenever Twitter started, and I still don't completely understand it. So,
not gonna lie,
I've just accepted that it's not because I'm old. It's just because I don't understand the format of microblogging.
And now Elon Musk owns it.
Oh, let's not get started on that. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We will try our damnedest to be back next week. So, in the meantime, stay spooky, and it's time for the spoopy outro.
Ooh.